OGP pick battle. Kicking things off with the Thursday night action. We told you we're going to do Thursdays, we're going to do Mondays, and then a couple of little random actions there in between, and always giving you the Giants selections as well, which will come on Fridays. So be sure that you're in for those. Andrew, hit us with the Thursday night matchup. Eagles, Vikings, the line, the location, the weather, and ultimately what you think is going to happen.
They are at the Lincoln Financial in Philadelphia. Minnesota Vikings on the road. The line opened up at 7.5 for Philadelphia. It's come down to 6.5 for Philadelphia. With well, I don't know if you want me to tell you where the money is currently, Adam. Would you like to know where the betting public is favoring right now?
The betting public is leaning Eagles laying the points.
Surprisingly, they're going with the Minnesota Vikings. 56% of public bettors are
50-50
backing the
shot there.
Vikings.
I blew it.
Tell me which way you're going, Adam. What are you feeling for the Eagles Vikings game?
Down to 6.5. You said, it's brutal, man. If you're the Vikings, you lost in week 1. You didn't look so good. You want to bounce right back. You saw the Packers play pretty well. Detroit looks really good, obviously. I got to be honest, man. I'd like to say that the Vikings bounce back here, but the Eagles didn't have a great showing, but they're still a contending team. I would be hard-pressed to not, and I will then, therefore, take the Eagles laying the points. I don't know how you can say that this isn't going to be more than a touchdown game, just at least based on what we saw in the week 1. I mean, yeah, Jefferson was explosive, but Kirk Cousins looked less than Kirk Cousins. He looked, he was Kirk Cousins light. It seems like they have a lot of problems and their defense is still a mess.
Yeah, listen, I lost our first foray into this one-on-one versus you, but I tended to agree with you on this one, and it's really hard because, Adam, it was just announced that center Garrett Bradbury for the Vikings won't play. That is huge for them. Their starting left tackle, Christian Darrisaw, is questionable to play tomorrow night with an injury. So when you're saying you're going to be out with your starting center and out with your left tackle against guys like Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis and that defensive front for the Philadelphia Eagles, that feels like a little bit of tough sledding for them. Short week. Feels tough for them to go on the road. And also, may I remind you, this is Kirk Cousins in primetime, who does not play well and has one of the worst primetime records ever, Adam. Give me the Eagles in a game where you feel like they should be able to handle this by double digits.
Making the win for the Giants against the Cardinals all that much more important here as the Eagles look poised to go to 2-0. Now we're going to do our random poll. Now, week 1, I kind of flew by the seat of my pants. I want to make sure we define and refine this thing properly here. So you're going to get 2 polls. You get 1 veto. But if you take your first helmet, that matchup, if you want to lay the points, then you have to take the points in the next one. That's clean. I explained it very concisely, unlike last week where I was a little convoluted. So Andy's first helmet matchup here is going to be, you can't take them. That was the Eagles. So you get a fresh helmet for
Double down.
One of the things I'm going to do is, I'll take the Eagles again. The Jacksonville Jaguars is your first matchup here that you're going to have to pull from. What are you thinking here as the Jaguars managed to pull it out in week 1? And they got to beat your matchup.
The Jaguars are at home against the Kansas City Chiefs. This is going to be one of the marquee matchups. Are the Jaguars ascending into this next level, next foray? It's tough. The Jaguars are getting 3.5 at home, and it's like, oh man, getting over a field goal at home. But I am going to take the Chiefs. I am going to take the Chiefs minus 3.5 on the road. It feels like if Kelsey's back, look out for Kansas City. I don't know if Jacksonville's there yet.
Yeah, that's not a great. You need a bigger line there to really get yourself nervous. All right, so you've laid the line. No veto power for you, and we'll see what comes up next. For me, Andy, tell me, who are the New England Patriots taking on this week?
Good question. The New England Patriots, I just want to make sure I have the lines up, are playing the Miami Dolphins. New England is at Foxborough playing against that juggernaut offense that Miami looked like they had in week 1. I took Miami in week 1. Remember.
That's right.
The line is the Patriots are getting 2.5 in Foxborough at night, Sunday Night Football. Adam, what do you like?
Oh, God, this is the kind of thing that you want to say, but it's a division game. Only 2.5 points at home. This is gutsy, but I'm going to veto that play. I don't want any part of an AFC East matchup. I'm vetoing, and I'm pivoting to crap. The Vegas Raiders. Who are they taking on, Andy? I think I've made a huge mistake here potentially.
Well, listen, I wouldn't
Oh
sell
no, the
yourself too
Buffalo
short.
Bills. All right, give me the line.
So if you bear with me one moment,
Yeah,
the
dude, I got plenty of
line
time, dude.
for
Yeah,
this game,
I'm
I
just putting
don't.
Andy on the spot, making him
Well, I
get all the
don't. I
stuff.
don't see posted right now. They don't have it
Oh, I've
posted
got
yet.
it, baby. I've got it. The
Oh,
Buffalo Bills.
oh,
Okay,
got it.
Raiders
Yes.
at the Buffalo Bills plus 9.5. But this is this is an incredibly dangerous number. This number is seismic right now over on FanDuel. 9.5. I know the Bills are going to bounce back. I know they're going to win their week 2 game after getting embarrassed without Aaron Rodgers against the Jets. But are they going to cover 9.5? Yes, they will. Give me the Bills laying the 9.5. I have a big one at home here, so I'm gonna take the Bills. I feel like it's a big mistake. Big mistake for Adam here. I'm gonna lay the points, which means I'm gonna have to take the points in my next matchup. Andy, you also laid the Chiefs there with a 3.5. Oh no, Andrew, it's the Jets. Do you want to veto that Jets ball there that you can't see with my green screen?
That first of all, it is funny that I can't see anything with the green screen. It is the Jets getting 9 on the road at Dallas. Yeah, give me the veto. I want nothing to after watching the
Wow.
Cowboys, I want nothing to do with having to take the Jets in a road game with Zach Wilson.
Well, then, buddy, you're in luck because you've got a team that performed right up to expectations in week 1. The Cincinnati Bengals will be your pick, and you have to take the team in that matchup that is getting the points. So what will you be taking
So
there, Andrew?
So I will be taking a divisional matchup. Cincinnati is at home against the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore is getting 3.5 against
Ooh.
Cincinnati. I don't know. In those knock 'em, drag 'em out games, give me the 3.5 points. So I'll take the Ravens.
Yeah, that's not terrible. I like that one. Should be interesting if they bounce back.
Would you
I
rather have
am
Lamar Jackson on the road or Zach Wilson on the road? That's really where my head is at right now. I feel pretty good
It's
about
fair.
that.
It's fair. I pulled the Detroit Lions. Okay, so maybe I lucked out here because the first poll, I think I made a mistake. I vetoed the New England Patriots. I ended up with the Raiders. I'm laying a ton of points from the Bills. On the other hand, though, the Detroit Lions will be at home for the Seattle Seahawks, and I have to take the points in this matchup, which means I'm taking the Seattle Seahawks plus 5.5. Andrew, I'm going to tell you, in the random in-season pick'em, I do not love the, the helmets that I have pulled so far. Seattle lost at home to the Rams. Like to see them bounce back, but go ahead. Yeah.
Just keep in mind one thing, and it gives everyone positivity. As good as your teams may have looked, as bad as your teams may have looked, there's always a little bit of a reversion to the mean. Like you're never going to look as the best game you play, or you're never going to look as bad as the worst. We know as Giant fans from Sunday Night Football. So, Adam, I expect Seattle to be way more competitive. I don't mind that
As do
one
I.
for you at all.
Listen, you know, what do you mind? You got your picks in. It's no big deal. We will have the Chiefs laying 3.5 for Andy. He's also going to take Baltimore at 3.5 against the Cincinnati Bengals. I am laying the seismic 9.5 points from the Bills at home there as they'll take on the Raiders, and then I'll take the 5.5 with the Seahawks in Detroit. Those are your pick'ems, baby. And we both have the Eagles coming out victorious on Thursday Night Football, laying those big 6.5 points. We'll post this up over on social. So follow us over there as well at AndyMac214, at Adam Armbrecht, and at One Giant Podcast, because this in-season battle is critical. But remember, Thursday night picks, Monday night picks, and Giants picks. That's where you're really judging us, because I don't know if I should be judged on what happens this weekend. We will be back again on a Friday here, so enjoy Thursday Night Football. We'll do all that great action breaking down the New York Football Giants in the matchup with the Arizona Cardinals. Until next time, as Andrew Makowitz would want, need, and nay, in a brief show, demand the people know.
As always, let's go Big Blue.
Yeah.